Hi, everybody. Welcome to Food Quest Passport. And today, I wanted to come back on. I was on last night, but I wanted to come back on again and show my beef jerky that I made. This is the beef jerky. I'll flip the camera here. I don't know if anybody's on yet, but this is the beef jerky. So I home make my own beef jerky. So I'll have to see what it tastes like. I got the Bears game going on right now. Surprising that we're winning. But yeah, I wanted to talk about my process of how I make beef jerky and then kind of talk about, I guess, some Bears football. So, how I make the beef jerky, while I sit and try it here, it actually looks pretty good today. But basically, I go to the store and I get I get a good quality meat, whether that's I got a beef round this time. I try to get ribeye if I can, if it's on sale. I've definitely made mistakes where I've gotten short beef tips and stuff like that, and that just doesn't taste very good. So basically, what I do is I get the meat of that round or a ribeye or something like that, and then I come in and I season it, salt, pepper. I have a beef jerky seasoning I do, and then I get it up to temperature. I usually cook it to well done, and then once I get it to well done, then I'll cut it up into strips. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can take the whole piece of steak that's cooked and put it in the freezer so that you can cut it easier into strips. But I sometimes do that, but this time around I just kind of cut them up as I got it up to temperature. Basically, it's important to get it to well done because if it's not, then the piece is going to be basically dehydrated but raw essentially. So yeah, so then I get it up temp, I cut it up, and then I put it in my my air fryer. That's also a dehydrator, and I make beef jerky, and it goes at 120 degrees for about 2 hours. So I've had this in for about 2 hours. Pretty good. So that's kind of a piece. This is another piece. So yeah, homemade beef jerky. It's fun to do. I like doing it during games and stuff. So if there's a Bears game on or Hawks or something, I'll do it then. But yeah, pretty good stuff. I've learned too that if you do it for the next day, if you make it and you let it sit for a day, just at room temp, it actually almost improves the quality of it. So I've been playing with it for a while, for at least a year or two. But it's definitely a fun thing to make here and there. Except this time around, I couldn't find any meat on sale. I kind of had to pay not a pretty penny, but I paid more than I normally pay. Because the key with it with jerky to me is you want to find something that is not that's cheaper in quality, where the quality of meat. You want to find it at a cheap price. But like I was saying before, I have learned that cheaper quality of meat is not. Yeah, not good. Anyway, yeah, so I just want to come on and explain my beef jerky saga and how I make it. And yeah, I got the Bears game on right now. The Hawks play at 2. The Bears are winning, by the way, 14-10 against the Packers. I don't know if you can believe that, but I was pretty sure that we were going to lose this game. We still might lose. I mean, who knows? But the fake punt there, so they didn't score. They got a fake punt for a touchdown. That was nice. And then Dylan Johnson punched the ball out, and DeAndre Swift scored on a run play. So what's the Bears record? The Bears record, dude, is what is it? It's 4-12, I think. Yeah, 4-12. It's sad. What I don't like about this is what I wanted to get into. Last night and my last couple shows, but my take on the Bears is what frustrates me being a fan is that the whole offseason was sold on this. Yeah, they might win, Bryson. They're looking okay right now. They're starting to get their groove. Offensively, we're playing like crap. It's brutal. There's some bad plays. The only thing that's working is the run game, and that's okay right now. Offensive line is still, just a turnstile at this point, but. But what's bothering me about the Bears is that, what's crazy is that they gave all this hope in the offseason. And they did this the last couple of years, too. They did it when when they traded for DJ Moore, and we traded out a number one pick, and then they definitely did this past season when we got Caleb and Rome and Keenan Allen, and it was like, okay, we're going to do this. And it was crazy because what happened was like, they literally, and then they did Hard Knocks, and it was a whole thing, and they, in the Hard Knocks, show, they introduced Caleb to the Bulls theme, and it was like the next Michael Jordan, it's like, and they just laid it, they were actually doing okay up till the London game, up till their bye, and then after the bye, they lost to the Hail Mary, and that was it. And that was the end of it, and they just couldn't recover. And the funny thing was, of the whole losing streak of, the 11 games, and I was saying this in my live show last night, the Hail Mary didn't bother me too much, because I figured that, well, they'll bounce back, we're 4-3, it's so early in the season, we have a winning record. The last time they played the Packers and they lost the field goal, that tore my heart. That was the one that did it for me, because I was like, man, you gotta beat this team. But it would be so Bears to win today, though, right? They're 4-12. They're clearly playing for, the draft. I mean, they're not playing for the draft, but every fan is I want to, play for the draft basically at this point. Because if you win, who knows? You stay at 9 or at the 9th pick in the draft, or you drop to 11 or 12. But also too, I'm at the point now with this team where, I don't know where you turn. I don't know. We got to get the head coach first, and who is going to be the head coach? Are they going to interview? I saw this morning they did the interview, and they're like, we're going to interview Thomas Brown, which makes sense, I think. He's been coaching. He's not going to get the job. He's done a bad job, so. Bryson, do you guys think we're going to win the Super Bowl anytime soon? Dude, I don't know. I think it depends on who the coach is. Honestly, it depends on the coach. I don't know the status of Ryan Poles either. The one thing that I do believe in with this Bears team is Caleb. Caleb, to me, in this whole season has shown that, he's a good quarterback. I know a lot of people have given him a lot of crap through the whole year, and he's gotten hit a lot. He's definitely made some bad decisions for sure. I've watched every game. He's made some poor decisions, but at least, there's some, you could see some, special in him that, damn, this dude is, legit. It's kind of like Connor Bedard with the Hawks, right? When you watch the Hawks games, Bedard, to me, is, the best player on the team. His hockey sense and IQ is just that much grander, and he just, and that's kind of how I feel with Caleb. He's just got these, Patrick Mahomes, abilities where he can, escape and do some special stuff, but there's also no leadership in this locker room. There's no, it's just nothing. And it's just, even, watching, there's one guy I watch on YouTube called the QB School, and he breaks down, every game, every quarterback's, tape, basically, on the Madden All 22. It's pretty cool, actually, but but what's crazy is that, I watch the tape, each week, and he breaks it down, does a really good job, he's pretty funny, and, people, don't give, DJ Moore, I don't know what his deal is, but he, doesn't give, any effort half the time. There's times where he's running routes, and he's just, just walks off the play, or just is just jogging, and I don't know what his problem is. I don't know if he just, loved Justin Fields, and I like Justin Fields a lot, too, but that doesn't mean, give an effort, dude. You signed a big contract. What are we doing here? So, I don't know. I don't know where you go from here with this team. Like I said, obviously you got to get the coach. I could honestly see the Bears keeping Ryan Poles, hiring somebody like Brian Flores, and then it just turns into Brian Flores, Miami, Tua, and it's just the same cycle of suck over and over. Throw it, Caleb. Oh. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just not great. And I would hope that they, I don't know. I don't know what to hope anymore. It's been sad to watch. When you watch your favorite team lose every other week, and the Blackhawks have done that too. I'm a huge Hawks fan too, and they do the same thing. They lose all the time. They'll win one here and there, but majority of the time they're losing too. So the last game was pitiful. They played on Thursday after Christmas. They played the Seahawks, and they lost 6-3. That was embarrassing. There you go. Keenan Allen, first down. that trade was a bust too. I feel like the Keenan Allen trade. Like I feel like he's like a safety blanket for Caleb, but he just seems like he's like old and slow now. He's not the same dude he was in L.A. with the Chargers. Like, and I know he's looking for a contract on the off season, but like, do you really want to pay him? I don't think I would. If I'm paying him a fair deal that like doesn't hurt the team. Like I would be okay with keeping him around, but it's got to be in a specific like position. You can't be the dude catching the ball on the swing screens. That's just not it. I've seen that too many times this year. So, but yeah, this game is interesting though because so Jordan Love went out. He like nicked his hand, hurt his hand, and then Christian Watson, their top wide receiver, went out too with like a knee injury. It looked like it was like non-contact either. So that might suck for them going into the playoffs. I mean, let's be honest though. Is Green Bay really going to go far? I mean, depending who they play in the first round. Like if they play like a Washington or Tampa Bay, maybe they win that game. But I don't see them. If they got to face the Eagles, they're not going to get past the Eagles. Saquon's having too good of a year, and that team is too. I think they're more well-rounded than Green Bay is. The game tonight's going to be cool. The one Lions and Vikings. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, the beef jerky I make is I'll try to do it like I was saying earlier. I try to do it over some Bears games and stuff. Oh, here's Caleb rolling out. Throw it. Nothing. But usually, because it takes like 2 hours to make this beef jerky, this is kind of one of the pieces. Looks pretty good. Turned out pretty well today. I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, usually I'll do it during Bears games because it's nice to have it on, and it takes like 2 hours to make. So it's fun. It's a fun little snack. It's cool to perfect it when you can do it. I've thought about with the beef jerky about getting like a glaze on it, like getting some sort of sauce or something like that, and then putting a glaze on the beef jerky. I thought that would be kind of cool. Maybe that's sometime down the road, but that would be pretty nice to do. I wonder what if Chicago wins this game? What if Caleb Williams comes into Green Bay and wins? Even though I know that those guys their quarterback got injured, but for Green Bay, but what if he comes in here and picks up the W? Like, I wonder how that's going to be viewed after this whole season. Like, I mean, maybe it's just a glimmer of hope at that point, but I don't know. What I've always seen with this team, though, too, is that Caleb's always proved to be like a second half quarterback. Like, he'll make some dumb mistakes in the first half and whatever, and then second half he just like turns it on. It seems like and just rips the ball and makes plays. But you got 42 seconds left in the first half. It's a 3rd and 11. We're out of Santos range for field goal. I don't like that play. That play sucked. That's another thing I think the Bears need to look at in the offseason too, that I don't know if a lot of people are talking about, is they need a new kicker. Like, I don't think I know he signed a 3-year deal, I think, like last year, but he's not it to me. Like, he can't kick very far. And then when he does, it's like a line drive. That's why the Green Bay game, the last time we played Green Bay, got blocked, because the ball was a straight line drive shot. I don't know. Like, to me, it's just not it. So now we got to punt the ball back to him. 4th and 11, punting the ball back with 37 seconds. That's brutal. I mean, the Bears do get the ball to start the second half, so there's that, I guess. But yeah. It's, how's Rome playing? Sorry, I didn't see that, Bryson. Rome's playing. He's playing okay. He missed a block in the first series. He just totally whiffed on a block, and then there was a nice run play where he got a good block with DJ Moore. So, he's kind of surprisingly he's actually had statistics wise he's had a pretty good season. Like he's got 700 or 800 yards. So. You mess around and got your. I have no idea, dude. Dr. Pepper. You should drink some Dr. Pepper. I don't know. Got no answers for that one. But yeah, it's yeah, it would be funny if they won the Bears won this game, to be honest. So, but yeah. Yeah, I think like a glaze on this beef jerky would be good. Like if I had some sort of like, I don't know what the glaze would be. I don't know if it needs to be like I want to say like a steak sauce or something like that. And then like put it in the fridge or cool it so that it kind of or put it back. I don't know. I have to maybe do some homework on that and see. Because it's good like this in these pieces, but it'd be nice to have like a nice little glaze on it to with the seasoning to kind of bring it all together. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the Hawks play today at 2 against the Red Wings, so we'll see. I think they beat the Red Wings the last time they played them, like a month or two ago, but in New York. They won on Friday, and it was a pretty good game. So I guess we'll see if they, can pull the trigger tonight. So yeah, but I don't know. I kind of feel kind of sick today. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel a little off. I don't know if I hit NyQuil like a couple nights ago just to get some rest and stuff and just sleep like over the weekend. But yeah, I don't know. Today I was like, I don't have any Dayquil at my house, which kind of sucks. I was hoping there was some, but I guess it's the season though, right? It's January. It's everybody gets sick. Good time to get sick, I guess, and be sickly, which isn't fun, but yeah. But this beef jerky is a fun little treat if you have like a dehydrator in your house, or that's like connected with your air fryer or your oven too. Those newer ovens have that. It's fun to do. It's just the important thing that I've learned, the most important thing I've learned with it is that you have to have the right, you have to get the right kind of meat. Like you want to get stuff I always try to look for stuff that's on sale, but finding the right kind of meat for your beef jerky is like important, I feel like. Because I've definitely bought some bad meat. Not like bad, like spoiled, but like beef tips or something that were like $2 a pound. Like, it just wasn't good. And then you do it, and it's like, oh yeah, this is not good. It's like chunky. It's not good consistency. So, I mean, my favorite kind of steak anyway is like a ribeye. So that's why I always try to go for like the ribeye type stuff and see if that's an option and see, if I can get a good deal on it and stuff. But and then I have like beef jerky seasoning I put in. I got a couple different kinds to kind of help bring it together. The beef jerky seasoning I haven't really been able to find in store by me, but I'm sure you can find it online or whatever. So yeah, that's cool. But I was thinking last night too with this live show that I've been doing. This is the third episode I've done it. I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about like taking it on the road too, and like kind of doing like how I did Food Quest videos, and then shooting like at the restaurant or at a certain place or something. I don't know. I mean, the theater room's great to do stuff in, but yeah. But it'd be nice to change it up and go to different settings and scenes and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. The Bears are at halftime right now against the Packers. They're up 14-13. So we'll see if they can keep going or if they piss it down their leg again. Again. Yeah, it's just, I get, like I was saying earlier in the live, I guess for me, it's really just a false hope that they give. Like this year, and I felt like that even last year, too, like with the Bears. Like, last year with the Bears, I felt like it's just a lot of false, like, hopes. Like when they traded the number 1 pick in 2023 and got DJ Moore from Carolina, and got all those picks, selected Darnell Wright instead of Jalen Carter, which looking back was probably a mistake. But they're like, our culture is so great, and it definitely wasn't, and it isn't. So, but like even that time of the year, it was like, oh, who are they gonna get? And it's always like, I'm one of those people that watches like all the YouTube content and people's podcasts and stuff like that, like Bears recap raps. Like I was talking about QB School, I watch him. One of them I really like that I watch is Tape Never Lies, because they're pretty real about it. They're both like football. The one guy, Dr. Phil's a football coach, and then I think the other guy might be a coach too, the Shane guy. But I like them. They just keep it real, and they're honest about what's going on, good, bad, and ugly. So I'll put on CHGO sometimes. That's one. That one's okay. I like the Braggs guy. At first I didn't like him, but then he kind of grew on me. The other guy is, I don't know. I watch it here and there, but they actually did some real stuff, because like before Christmas they laid off like a lot of their writers, I guess, like right before Christmas. That was crazy. That was pretty nuts. And it was like one of the guys, there was like a Hawks guy, beat writer they laid off, a Bears guy, and the Bears guy was pretty popular too. He was popular on Twitter and stuff, and they just cut him to the curb, which was kind of sad. But especially before Christmas too. Like, I mean, getting fired happens in life, but like that was pretty rough. So, but yeah, I watched that with post game and stuff. I don't like dive too much into the post game stuff, but some of those, because I get kind of sick of them after a while too. It's like, yeah, you kind of talk about the same stuff over and over, and it's like it just gets to be a lot after a while. So, but yeah, I think yeah, it'll be kind of nice to not have to be feeling obligated, or not even feeling obligated, but feeling like, I should watch the Bears game. like after next week, after today, that won't be a thing. So, because it's been pretty miserable the last like 10, 11, 12 weeks here. Like it just hasn't been good at all. A lot of games, like instead of being 4-12, they should be 12-4. Like honestly, and at the beginning of the year, that was the expectation, which is sad that's it just 180'd and flipped around. But yeah, but I don't know. I mean honestly, I've been through this with this Bears team now for the last, I don't know how long, for years. I mean forever, I guess. Like the first real season I really started following football was when I was I think I was like 12 or 13, because I grew up playing hockey, but I played football for like 2 years growing up. Like played when I was 10 years old, and like junior tackle it was called, and then played again in high school my sophomore year. But when I played in high school, I played as a tight end, or I didn't play as a tight end. I played as a defensive lineman, which I thought I thought I had more speed to be more of like a tight end, and I think I had hands where I could catch. So I kind of, looking back, it's like I should have played a different position, I feel like. But I never got to play because I sucked. I was way better at hockey. But I played special teams when I played in high school, and I was like we did like wedge kick a lot, where they kick it and you have to form a wedge, and I was the point guy in the wedge, and I always missed my blocks and stuff. It was pretty brutal. But hockey, I was way better. Hockey, I was usually offense. I played usually like left wing, right wing. I played center for like a couple seasons. I got pretty good at it when I played center. To me, playing center and winning faceoffs is all about focus. Obviously, position's important too, but having focus when you're down on the ice and eyes on that puck, and just complete focus to win the draw. So, But yeah, my first season I really remember following to the T. I mean, I remember watching like old Bears from like old now, but like from like the 2000s and stuff, and those teams like here and there, like when Urlacher first came in and stuff like that. But the first one I remember that was like the real deal, from what I remember watching every game, was when they went to the Super Bowl. And they like went to the Super Bowl, and the defense was one of the best defenses ever. It was like amazing, but the offense was like just not good enough. It just like, that was Rex Grossman, and like Musa Muhammad. It was Devin Hester's rookie year. Devin Hester was one of my favorite players to watch growing up, actually. That's why I like this year too was exciting because it was like the Hall of Fame game and stuff at the beginning, and he like was elected in along with Mongo and Julius Peppers and stuff. So yeah, he was just exciting to watch. Like, cause whenever he touched the ball, you knew like something special was gonna happen, and it was like so exciting. That's why it was kind of cool to watch Justin Fields for those couple of years. That's why I always liked him because like he would do kind of special stuff too, but he just wasn't. He as a quarterback, he just wasn't like good enough. He just to me wasn't good enough to like be a capable quarterback. I guess. I mean, he couldn't like he wouldn't rip the ball on time. Like he would try to create stuff, but that's why I think Caleb's different than that because like. I think Caleb's trying to get the ball downfield. Justin would just kind of run a lot. And, I always liked Justin Fields, though. I'm still a fan of Justin. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I was trying to watch a lot of his games with Pittsburgh when they went like 4-2 at the beginning. Like, I just always liked, like, I thought when they drafted him in like 21 that he was going to be the dude. Like, that would be taking over the games and stuff and be awesome. So. But, yeah, I mean, I've been kind of the whole losing streak with the Bears and stuff. I mean, this happened 2 years ago when they were tanking, basically, and Justin was running for, like, 1,200 yards and stuff. But, it just hasn't been good. And, there really hasn't been a great, 2011 Bears, I think, when Cuddy, like, they faced the Packers, and it was Jay Cutler, Smoking Jay, man. They went to the conference championship. He he got injured, or people thought he was injured. He wasn't injured, or he was. And then that was kind of the closest. And that defense was really good, too. So it's just like looking back, I don't know. But that was the thing during that time when the Bears were there. It didn't sting as bad when they lost that, and they were and that was kind of the end of the Lovie Smith era. It wasn't too bad because, like, the Hawks were winning. 2010, they won their first cup. The Bulls, Derrick Rose was talking about live last night because they honored him. Like, they were going to the conference finals and, like, on the cusp of winning a championship. So, like, there's a lot of winning going around with the teams in Chicago. But not so much anymore. Just not for a long time. And I don't know. It just needs to change. It's just not. And it starts at up top, right? And that's what you hear all the time, that it starts at the top and it starts with ownership. And that's definitely true with the Bulls and with the White Sox. Reinsdorf, that's been a disaster. It's been a disaster for a long time. And it's been for the Bears, too. It's been a disaster for the McCaskies. I just don't think they get it. Like, this needs, like, you need major change. That's why, like, I don't know, like, there's just not a lot of hope. I feel like a lot of Bears fans, just, like, including myself, just, I don't know, just don't have a lot of hope that they'll, like, change and get better, It just feels like it's just going to be the same old thing in the same old circle. We're just running in a hamster wheel, basically. Time is a flat circle. Yeah. That's brutal. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny, like, how the last couple years with the Bears, I've always, like, I've watched, like, some of the, like, how I'll get in, like, because I've been in it with, like, it's like, all right, I liked Ryan Poles for a while, the GM. Eberflus I wasn't a huge fan of at the time when they hired him. I was like, but whatever, I can kind of jump along the bandwagon a little bit. And they literally, like, how I kind of get into it is, like, they get to the off season, and then it's like they'll get to free agency. Free agency NFL is always kind of fun because it's like, all right, who are they gonna get? And if they get anybody or whatever, which last year they did, like, right away with Swift, which I didn't like that, by the way. I would have rather had Saquon or Derrick Henry. Because Swift, like, I feel like they said on the broadcast, they're like, Swift's had the most consistent last 8 games. I'm like, no, he hasn't. And I'm like, you haven't been watching the same games, Daryl Johnson. I'm like, dude runs with his eyes closed half the time. He'll, like, there'll be a hole, you watch the game tape, there'll be a hole, like, basically right up to, like, the B gap, basically. Common color, boom, just hit it. And he'll bounce around and bounce over and then get sacked and it get tackled, and it's like no gain. And it's like, what are we doing? like, why are you doing this? Like, just run up the hole, dude. And then, like, you had a guy like that in Roshan, but he got a concussion, and then that was kind of, like, it. And it's like, he's back now, but you could tell he's still, like, he's not the same player, man. Like, it's just not. I don't know. But anyway, like, I get excited for free agency, and then it's draft time. And the draft is, like, it's nuts. Like, there's so many people that will post, like, especially all these sports writers. I think it's really funny because they'll be on these podcasts or talk shows, and they'll be like, okay, what do you got coming out for us? Well, I got a new mock draft, but there's a twist. And instead of trading the first pick, I kept the first pick, and I went down to the third pick, but then went back up to the second pick. You'll be surprised at who I picked. Ooh, that's exciting. Like, I don't know. That part of the year gets really kind of silly, I feel like. And then the draft night's cool though, like the first round of the draft and stuff. Watching that's always cool to watch. I feel like I always watch that. I've watched that the last couple of years, but yeah. And then it kind of like slows down, and then they get to training camp. And training camp with Bears Twitter to me is crazy because like there's a lot of false like hope and narrative when that happens because they'll talk and they'll be like, yeah. They'll be like, Caleb threw a post pattern to Rome down the field, and he caught it 2 feet in bounds. This is going to be real special. And you get really excited reading that. It's like, okay, cool. And they did the same thing with Justin Fields. It was the same deal. And for whatever reason, it's just... then they get into the season, and then it's like the first... So then it's training camp, right? Then you get into the first preseason game, and you... Oh, thanks for the 2015. That's cool. Appreciate that. You get into the first preseason game, and I always feel like the first preseason game to me is really exciting because it's always like the first weekend in August, especially when it's at Soldier Field. Like, it's like, yeah, it's still summer, but football season's coming kind of thing. And it's a really, I don't know, I always feel like it's a cool vibe. And it's funny because the Bears always win those games. Like, they'll always win those games for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, 2015. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, they always win the first preseason game for some reason, and it's fine. And it's like really exciting, and it's like it's just a really cool vibe. And then after that, like they'll like lose, they'll get blown out in another preseason game, and then get rid of it, Caleb. He just can't find anything downfield right now. Start at third quarter, 14-13. But anyway, yeah, so they get into like the second preseason game, they get blown out usually, or it's a loss, and then they'll maybe win the last preseason game. They'll finish like the last 2 years has literally been like Justin will throw three touchdowns, Caleb will throw an amazing throw and run in for a touchdown, and then it's like, okay, great, we're feeling really good about the season, and then it's just, I don't know, it just kind of just spirals out when the season starts. Like, I don't know. I don't know why that's the case, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe the first Bears preseason game to go to is the one to go to. Like, that probably, honestly, it's probably, the tickets are probably pretty cheap, I imagine, or pretty reasonable, right, to a degree. And then it's a nice day out still, so you're not going to be cold. I don't know. Maybe that's worth going to. I know it's preseason, but at least, like, I don't know. At least you'll get to see some good plays and good football. But it's, yeah, and then they just, oh, jeez. Run, Caleb. Run. Yeah, it was 3rd and 8, too. That's another thing I feel bad about with Caleb. Oh, boy. Now he's, like, shaking up. Fuck, dude, get up. Sorry. I don't want to swear. Oh, dude. I don't know how he's taking, you see the graphic where he's taken like 70, almost like 70 sacks this season, as much as David Carr did with the Houston Texans. That's unbelievable. Like, I know he's like at fault for probably like a good amount of them because he holds on the ball for too long, but I mean, you just hope that mentally that doesn't deflate him here going into the next season. Oh boy, 4th down, you gotta throw it. First down, nice, Roshan, good play, good job. Yeah, like you could see Caleb Aiken too here on the game, on the film here while watching the game. Like at some point, man, I just hope, like, in the off season, he can mentally and physically, like, get back to strength. Because you gotta hope and figure that they'll get a better offensive line, right? And better, I mean, obviously with a new coach and who knows, maybe a new GM, we'll see. I mean, to me, we'll see. I like Ryan Poles, but I'm cool if you want to pull that trigger, honestly. like, he's done a lot of stuff good or some. Oh boy, this is dumb. What in the world? Throw it. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are we doing? What in the world kind of play was that? Oh my god. I don't know if I can show it because I don't want to get, like, taken down, but, like, I'll explain this on the replay here. Here, you know what? No. I'm gonna flip the camera. Watch this. Watch this play. I'll be okay for a few seconds, I think. Let's see if they play it. Look at this. They tossed it to Keenan Allen to try to throw it to Caleb, and he just fucking no-shots it to an interception. That is one of the worst plays I've seen all Bears season. That's just like, let's just go have fun out there, kids. Like, in like, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do like a toss to like a Lions type play, like, maybe try somebody that can, like, why to Keenan Allen? Why does Keenan Allen always have to get the ball? What is going on here? That was embarrassing. That's like, that's like, hey, I know we want to hire Ben Johnson from the Lions, and he does all these tricks plays. Thomas Brown's like, let me show the Bears that I can do this too. Oh my god. I mean, that's like a losing play. That's like a losing football play. Literally, you're up by 1. It's the third quarter. Man, I mean, I get it. Like, we've only won 4 games. I'm not expecting much. But, like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, that's not it. That's not it for me, dog. Like, just don't do that. Like, we're not good enough to do that kind of play. Like, if you're going to do a play like that, like, I don't know. Like, it's just not it. It's like, it's just, this is what I mean. This is a Chicago sports fan's life. Like, I know we're on Food Quest and we make great food and we search for great food, but that's the joy of for searching for great food, because when you watch the sports teams and you love the sports teams and love movies and all that, and you love watching the sports, you hope to win, you don't, because you make plays like that and it sucks and it's lame and it's BS. Like, and why would Keenan Allen even throw that? Just throw it out of bounds, dude. If Caleb's covered, just throw it out. Like, what are we doing? Come on, man. Like, I could have made a better play than that. I don't even, like, I don't even play quarterback, you know? It's just unbelievable. There's just some of those, just, like, that's literally what that reminded me of with that. It was like, okay, let me try to show up, Thomas Brown's probably on it's Mike, he's like, yeah, let me show that I can be like Ben Johnson too and draw up a trick play. Except he drew it up to, like, the worst guy. Like, why to Keenan Allen? Like, why? Like, I just wouldn't even do that play. So now they got the ball at the 44-yard line, the Packers. I mean, I guess their backups are in now anyway, so maybe that's why. Who knows? I don't even know why they even tried that. I won't even begin to explain it. I have no idea. Just dumpster fire. Like, it's a reverse DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Caleb. Who's he trying to hit downfield? Yeah, there's 3 Packers there. He's trying to hit Swift. That's who he was trying to hit. So he was trying to hit DeAndre Swift down the post. That was really stupid. That play was dumb. Like, that was just, I don't know. Not a lot of answers here, Coach. That's what I can tell you. Just not it. You know? Yeah, and the Packers just look like they're kind of running the ball right now, and that's what it seems like at this point. Which I guess makes sense. I mean, it looks like they got their backups in. I mean, to me, to be honest with you, like, I don't know why you would have played. I mean, I guess for seeding and stuff, but I probably would have had Jordan Love out of this game and Josh Jacobs. Like, I don't know if I would have played those guys. Because, like, what's it really matter? Like, yeah, okay, I guess your seeding is important, I guess, depending on who you want to play, for sure, but, like, I don't know. I don't know if I would have taken the chance on that. I would have rather had those guys fresh and ready to go for the playoffs. I think that's how I would have treated that. Like, I don't know if I could have, like, had them playing. That would have been rough to me. So, just kind of a rough deal here. Rough deal here. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, anyway, the Bears get the football back? No? Oh, yeah, they did. How about that? Did they? Let's see. Oh, yeah, Byard sacked him, sacked Willis. Nice hit. Ball's out, fumble. Nice. Good job. That was nice. Okay. Don't call that play ever again, though, here with Keenan Allen. Just throw that in the garbage. I don't want to see that play ever, infinity. But, yeah, I'm trying to pull up the Hawks game here, actually. I know it's on ABC, so, see if I can pull it up on my projector, But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's why I wanted to come on to live today and talk about my thoughts on the Bears and have the Bears game on and do that and show you my beef jerky here. It's another good piece of the beef jerky. It's actually not bad. It's pretty good. Homemade beef jerky. So it's really easy to make if you have the dehydrator and stuff, and it only takes a couple hours. Like I said earlier in the podcast or in the live, I was saying I do it at 120 degrees, 2 hours. It's actually a preset setting on my air fryer that I do it for. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool to do. I mean, I like doing it. And it usually tastes pretty good. I mean, I've had a couple swings and misses here and there with it, but overall, it's been pretty good. So, but yeah, this has been cool. This has been another cool live. Appreciate the first gift box. That's really awesome. But yeah, so I can't get anything to connect here with this. Not looking good. But I'll stay on for one more series, see if the offense can do anything here. Kind of talk more here and then see what we can do. I don't know why I can't get the Hawks game on here. I'm trying to stream it through one of my streaming apps, but they're playing on ABC, but they're just not connected to anything. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah. Alright, here we go. We're at third quarter, 8:28 left, 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Bears have the ball on the Bears 46. Nice little run for Swift. We got about 6 yards on the carry, 4 to 6 yards. I don't know why that's not working. Yeah, that was a nice blitz by Kevin Byard there to get the hit and get the sack fumble, right? Yeah, Caleb really hasn't done much. I mean, 10 for 15 for 52. He's trying to look downfield for stuff. Be nice to get another touchdown here and try to just finish. Why does he have that? He has a card in his hand. Kevin Byers says finish after the play. That's bizarre. Was he carrying that the whole play? That's kind of weird. There you go, Caleb. There you go. Run out of bounds. First down. I like that. A little QB run action there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was I gonna say? I don't know why he had that card. That was weird. Maybe that's just a motivation thing. I mean, you guys are 4-12. I don't I don't know if there's a lot of motivation. You know, you're just trying to play to win the game, but I guess. But it'd be nice to see Caleb do something here a little bit more than I know the run game's been working. See, run Swift. See, like he bounces outside again instead of just running up. Ooh, that was a rough toss. Or like try to take a shot downfield, not a stupid trick play with Keenan Allen. That play was stupid. What was that? Now we got a flag for holding. I'm Mercedes Lewis. He's been disappointing too. Like he's supposed to be like a veteran tight end who's been in the league for like ever for like 20 years, but he hasn't really done much. I don't think he's been all that. I think last year he was okay, kinda, but I think a lot of that had to do with Justin running the ball too. But this year, I don't know. He hasn't shown me nothing. It ain't it for me. Green Bay guys drinking their Miller Lights. I bet you it's so cold though that beer is probably turning into slush at Lambeau. Like, I'm sure it's cool to go to that stadium and watch a game. I bet you it'd be a lot of fun. I've never been, but it'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, I bet you. I mean, a game like this where it's like 17 or 15 degrees out or whatever. I don't know. Like, I've been through a couple of those kind of games at Soldier for the Bears. I remember one game I went to with a friend of mine like years ago. It was Bears Lions. It was last game of the season, kind of like today, like in a Sunday in January, like first Sunday in January. It was like 20 degrees out, but you had lake effect wind going on. So we get there, we sit in like the 300 level. We get our beers, and we're like real excited. We're like, all right, great. And then by end of the first half, Cuddy threw like, ooh, that place sucked. By the end of the first half, Cuddy threw like 3 picks. And it was against the Lions too. And this is at the time when the Lions were really bad. They weren't what they were now. Now obviously they're amazing, but back then, this is like 2012 maybe, 13, like they lost, kind of like the Bears, like they just lost constantly. And yeah, they just weren't good. And it was just brutal. And Cuddy threw like 3 picks, Smoking Jay, and that was kind of it. And my buddy looked at me at halftime. He's like, Tommy, we should leave and go get something to eat. I'm like, yeah, because we had like 2 beers, but the beers kind of just waned off at that point. So, and the beers couldn't keep you warm at that point. Because when you first get there, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, let's get a couple beers. Oh yeah, the beers are gonna keep me warm. I'm doubling. But by like halftime, he throws like 3 picks and Jay Cutler, and that was kind of it. So, yeah, just not good football. But anyway, all right, cool. Well, I feel like I've been on here for a while now, but I'm going to head out here and got 4 minutes left in the third, and their Bears are up by 1 still, so we'll see what happens and try to get this Hawks game on. I guess I'll kind of watch some of that, and yeah, I'll probably hopefully see everybody later in the week for another live show. I'll probably pick some food up next time, and then I'll put on like one of these movies. I'm going to try that for the next live show and see what that does or how that looks. I think that could be kind of fun, obviously with this backdrop I have. So, okay, well, thank you for everybody for watching on the Food Quest Passport. This is live show number 3, and thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.